Second game on match day 1 of the annual Boys Schools Cricket Week tournament. A tournament proudly sponsored by Skyview, a product of Harris International. Harris International for the 4th year running, making sure that they put some money into seeing that the boys improve their talents across the world, across the country. Batibo Uganda Limited also being part of the sponsors, and Cricket Uganda. This exciting match that is broadcasting live on your screens is between playing their first game having beaten Kira College Boutique in the alongside Abalo Jeremy. Yet another exciting match up here on the cards. But as I told you, this match is at Nyakasura main ground. And at Nyakasura too, there is another exciting match between Jinja Secondary School, where they are taking on Renzori High School. An update from that game: Jinja SS won the toss and elected to bat first. The exciting thing about that game is that Jinja SS are the defending champions. They won back-to-back trophies 2024 and 2023, but him to compete for the trophy, but he wishes he can build his team and make sure that maybe in the future they can go there in the innings. A dot ball right there from Asiku Jackson. They Another interesting incident happened in 2022, where Busoga College Mwiri won that trophy. A bit of controversial actions happened then. I remember the trophy was supposed to be decided by a coin toss following a heavy rainpour in that final that happened at Jinja Secondary School, but Nyakasura forfeited that one and Mwiri managed to bag the 19th trophy. Long live as we've been around, things have happened. Busoga College Mwiri being very, very dominant, winning in 1993, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, and 99 plus 2000. And when the current selector Richard Okia crossed to King's College Budo, he won them a trophy in 2001. And that is the only trophy that King's College Budo have in their cabin. Of course, just looking at the cast of the past two winners, Busoga College Mwiri has won this trophy 19 times, followed by Kololo SS just 7 times. Jinja SS back-to-back trophies in 2024 and 2023 have won the trophy just 4 times. The rest of the teams that have it only once. Mokono Parents and King's College Budo. $53 players coming from the different regions: Eastern region, Central region, Northern region, and Western region, hosting everyone here. Nyakasura School putting up their hand and saying, yes, we can house you. For the very first time since this tournament got decentralized in 2022, first being held at Busoga College Mwiri and going to Jinja SS in 2022 and 2023. We now traverse districts from Kampala, Mubende, Mitiana, Chenjojo, Chegegwa until we reach the Kabarole. Moving down to the Fort Portal City, where this beautiful action is taking place. Amazing scenes. We are into the 5th over of the game, and Gulu High School is standing comfortably at 30 for no loss after 4 overs. Current 107.5 and projected score 150. You do not want this side to get so many runs because they are a bit disciplined in their bowling. Bowling change there for St. John's. Komagom Jovan starts with a full pitch delivery, and that is played down past the square leg area, but not hit powerfully enough, and they will just pick up a double. Komagom Jovan, formerly at Kololo Secondary School. Kololo Secondary School, interestingly, participating in the qualifiers alongside Kibuli SS. It's been long since we saw Kibuli SS playing in the qualifiers, but Kololo SS trying to make sure that they rebuild their cricket. They were in the semi-finals in 2023. Kololo Secondary School, and they had the likes of Chidega, and that should have been around the same time when Owili Robert was still playing for that Kololo SS outfit. They lost out in the semi-final to Jinja SS that year, whereas in the other semi-final it was Busoga College Mwiri who beat Nyakasura at the Hill, and the final that happened between Jinja SS, full toss and dispatched. Boundary there for Gulu High School. Just making a correction of what happened in 2023. Nyakasura beat Busoga College Mwiri and made it to the finals, but unfortunately they did not win when they reached the finals against Jinja SS. In that final which was played at Jinja SS comfortably won that one. In the history of this tournament, Nyakasura has been in the finals twice, in 2022 and 2023. The likes of Joseph Baguma being at the helm of that side. Nyakasura has been a place of producing some fine talents. So with Emura Ivan doing a lot of good work down here in Fort Portal to make sure that he gets the fine talent. This time round, Komagom Jovan gets his line just right. Komagom Jovan, one of the players that you would always see in Lugogo nets trying to play some bit of tennis. But that doesn't take him away from his first sport. I remember he participated in the Uganda Open tennis tournament that happened at Lugogo a few months ago. And when I had a chat with him, he said it's just passing time there. He goes for a slow one. That's played just straight to Emetu Paul. Down at the mid of current run rate 8, projected score 160. One of the things that St. John's needs to be doing is try and make sure that they keep that run rate to a manageable rate. Something above 10 will be hard for them. Balls him right away. Komagom Jovan will celebrate that one with a lot of power. He comes into the bowling attack, tries to bowl a full toss. The batter thought it was the ball to hit, swung across the line, and the boom, timber time. St. John's High School Kauga will have a smile on their face as now they have a wicket in the bag. Remember, 1 brings 2, and Opore Daniel departs. Opore Daniel departs faultless, 17 of 17, a strike rate of 100. Very, very interesting figures there for him. Just an update from the other games that are happening. Aga Khan is taking on Masindi Secondary School. Aga Khan won the toss and opted to bat first. That game is happening at Kanoni Apollo 1 playground. Score is 3-1 after 1.5 overs. Batting now for Team Aga Khan, Abraiz Mir Ali, under 19 star, and Yuvraj Chintu Vaswani, the captain for the side. Ceylon Lions chasing 162 are quickly 24-2 in the UCA Men's Division 1 League. That game is happening at Entebbe. Also 10 of 9. A bowling change there for Kauga as Validawa Ali, under 19 player for Team Uganda, part of the team that played in the 2 qualifiers, the Dar es Salaam qualifier of 2023 and this year's qualifier. Oh, an extra bounce there, an awkward bounce that's in front of the bar of the fielder Asiku Jackson, and that run is away for a boundary. The feel that he has been undone by the surface, but that bowler there, left arm, formerly at Avengers Cricket Club, currently playing for Budo Cricket Club. Actually, Owili Robert is his teammate at Budo Cricket Club, a Division 2 team in our domestic league here in Uganda. Bowls him right away. Balidawa Ali comes and gets another breakthrough there for the side. I told you 1 brings 2. Furniture o'clock as Balidawa Ali manages to rattle 1 through the gates. A wicket time there for St. John Secondary School. Sorry, St. John High School, Kauga. Balidawa Ali, part of the team that played in that qualifier in 2023 in Dar es Salaam. And this year he was in Lagos, Uganda. Not putting up a very good performance in Lagos this year. Despite surviving relegation in 2023, they will have to go back to the Division 2 and rebuild from there. But this is one of the pathways that the Cricket Uganda Association is trying to make sure that they use to identify talent. Many of the people who are watching games here are also serving as scouts, try and make sure that they get the fine talent that will put back Uganda to the glory. The goal that they had, of course, they last participated in the Under-19 World Cup in 2022 when Pasco Murungi led the troops to the West Indies. That was the fourth appearance for Uganda in the Under-19 World Cup. So Uganda has been one of the countries that have been doing well in junior cricket. But this year, Tanzania defying all odds, winning all their games in Division 2 and overcoming the wrath of Namibia in Division 1 to make it to their maiden appearance in the Under-19 World Cup. A slip fielder introduced in place. Ali Validawa just taking his time to try and make sure that he organizes him. Bowls that one very quick and just beats the edge of that bat. The left arm off spinner proving to be lethal. That is played uppish, but straight to covers. No run is taken. One of the things that Komagom, Jovan and Validawa Ali have tried to do here for St. John's High School, Kauga, is to try and make sure that they dry out the scoring opportunities here for nets. And now here he comes to and make sure that he puts that beautiful performance on display. He starts his over with a slow pitch delivery there, but the batter not equal to the challenge. 40-2 after 6.1 overs. 40 runs coming in the power play. You would feel that Gulu High School is in a slightly comfortable position. The only thing they have to take care of is the wickets column. Odong Amos in there with the Tumweba's Marvin. Tumweba's Marvin, one of the players who played for Gulu High School last year during the Nationals. Goes for another slower there, but this time round very, very wide from the batter. Good thinking there from Jovan Komagom. His teammates love calling him Jovo. Jovan Komagom, as he continues to ask the questions there to the batter, asking him if he possesses a driving permit. Good work there being done by Jovan Komagom to try and make sure that he keeps the game alive. Komagom still drying up the runs. Goes for a slower that is played down the ground. Power. And that will go past the fielder. Down at long on for another boundary. Jovan Komagom going a bit full on that occasion. And the batter obliges. Well, that boundary will mark at the end of the 7th over. From St. Leo's Sports Ground 1, where St. Joseph's College Laibi is taking on Busoga College Mwiri. St. Joseph's College Laibi has won the toss and elected to bat first, and 10 for no loss is the score after 5 overs. Both teams are playing their very first games in this tournament. Should be an interesting matchup there. Ali Walidawa back to ball his second over. Tries to get one turning into the batter, but a brilliant shot there. A bit of a fumble at a point, but some good backup there. St. John's High School trying to make sure that they do everything in partnerships. Playing as a single solid team. Not accepting to give anything away. A school from Kauga, Mukono, that is played through the cover, a fumble, and a quick run is taken. A bit of butterfingers there at the covers. These may turn out to be the moments of St. John's to regret. They've given away so many easy runs, but there is some bit of an injury, and the physiotherapist has just run on to and make sure that she gives some medical attention to the fielder. Very quick. The delivery is quick, and the keeper is also quick with his hands to make sure that he wipes off the bails. But the batter keeping in his crease. Good work there from Balidawa Ali, trying to make sure that he doesn't give anything away from his side. Jovan Komagom has kept some pressure on his side, trying to make sure that he doesn't give out runs. Chance to catch, but that is put down. Soft dismissal. The batter, yes, no call there. They kept looking at each other. A simple throw, and the run out is effected at the bowler's end. Ali Walida doing the easy work of wiping off the pressure, still going onto the batting lineup of Gulu High School. Ivan Kauga, the coach for Gulu High School, will be disappointed with the way his boys are in his first over. The batting card so far there for Odong Amos. of 19, and he's still in and batting. New bowler and play down to the cow corner. Good work to stop that one. Aga Khan is 50 for 4, taking on Masindi. 6 overs bowled. Aga Khan trying to move close to 8 every over, but not taking care of the wicket column. Ginger SS 46 for 1 after 7.2 overs, taking on Resori High School. And from the men's division 1 league, Catch Tigers defending 162. Current score is 38 for 3, as that is pumped away for yet another boundary. Very, very full and to the foot of the batter. That is played away and just runs to the other oval. In that real position, not a very good technique in cricket. You cannot set a field for a bad ball. A bit of a slow and played down the ground. Straight to the fielder at long on. Good work. And just a run is taken. The tournament will be happening for the next 6 days. And action will be coming right to your screens. And if you would love to get what is happening in the other games, just go to Google Chrome and put on UG and type in ugcricket.com. You can get access to all the other games that are being played live at this very time. You can also search out for Cricket Uganda on Google Chrome to and make sure that you get updated with the recent stories on that UCA website on what is happening around the association. Also, we assure you that you'll be getting press releases for all the games that will be happening to try and make sure that you can still cope up with the speed and get to know everything that is happening down in Fort Portal. Played up in there, chance to catch, safe hands of the wicket keeper, Owili Robert, as Kauga picks up their third wicket. Owili Robert, from a cricketing family, brother to the head coach of Sorot Cricket Academy, Wilfred Ogwang, and he is also a brother to Ronald Omara, former under-19 opening batter, part of the players who played for Uganda under-19 in that 2022 World Cup in the West Indies. What surprises? I'm not the only cricketing families. We have the Kiza Jonathan family, where there is Lynette Babiri and Leona Babiri and Lynette Nakato, all siblings playing cricket. You would get to our comment section and give us some more siblings who are playing cricket. But Kenneth Waiswa also playing cricket on the national team, and his kid brother, who was actually the youngest player in the Batibo Max tournament, Kakaire Joffrey, also being a player. He also plays for the relegated Wanderers. Only Kirunda Wycliffe being the person from that family who doesn't really do a lot in this game. Just giving it in terms of media, but in terms of play, nothing much to show. St. John's, Kauga still making sure that things work out their way. 71 for 4 after 11.4 overs is the current score. Projected score at 122. Looking at the way this pitch is electric, you would fancy Gulu High School to get something above 130. Ball well at it and stand a chance of defending. Off the mark right away. 2-2-2 is the call, but a risky one. You don't want to have the dugout making the calls for you. From the comms, you could quickly see that it is the dugout that is making calls for them. As the batters at the crease, you need to take responsibility and make your calls. The rest stands as background noise, but in the end, they pick up a double. A comfortable one. $12 overs gone here at Nyakasura main ground. 73 for 4 is the score. If you've just joined this live stream, St. John's High School Mukono won the toss and elected to bowl first. But Gulu High School looks like a team which will go far in the tournament. Another slope fielding there from St. John's, and the boundary is given away. Not the very correct basics of effecting that long barrier, and in the end, that one run is away for a boundary. Another one played there through the extra covers, running round it. 2-2 is the call, and they managed to comfortably settle for that double. Good throw chipped in from the deep. But Gulu, despite losing 4 wickets, they don't look like they are losing their grit now. They are still holding the game, and they have now taken back the current run rate to 6.2. Projected score now at 124. I tell you, despite St. John's High School Mukono having some good batters, anything close to 130 should be a score to bowl at on this surface. They've kept confident. A lot of good work being displayed here. Grace Mutiaga, the development manager for the northern region, should be happy of the type of products that he has brought to the nationals. Batting now, Peter Daniel 2 of 2. Alongside Odong Amos 28 of 26. Odong Amos is standing tall and standing very confident, going for the massive strokes and really not interested in giving his wickets away. That is very quick like a bullet. Past the fielder at the boundary, the side of the cow corner for another boundary. Easy pickings there from the left-handed batter. But what a shot of class and finesse. Just gets one dropping to the pads and works it away. That boundary marks the end of the over. 13 overs gone and 84 for 4 is the score for Gulu High School. Bowling change there as Asuku Jackson comes to bowl from the side of the road. Asuku Jackson has bowled the opening overs of the game. Actually bowled the first over of the innings, but bowling it from the other side. This time round he changes, switches and comes to this other end. He so far bowled 2 overs, considered 12 runs and is yet to pick up a wicket. But a bit expensive, giving away 6 every over. Now he changes ends and will be coming in from the road end. Starts with 1 outside off stump. Asik Jackson coming, but still not yet looking very, very fruitful in the game. You'd feel that maybe he's been brought into the attack to and make sure that he either dries up the runs or picks up a wicket. But comfortably scoring off his spells. That comes quick and that is hit quick. The fielder falling down to his ground, but managing to make sure that he holds tight onto that one, giving away just 1 run. St. John High School Mukono trying to make sure that they do the small things right to make sure that they keep themselves in this match. A lot of width on offer there from Jackson Asiku. A swing and a miss. Goes for a wild swing, but just doesn't quite connect. Just doesn't quite connect onto that one there. Jackson Asiku picking up a dot ball. Dot balls are gold in T20 cricket. You need many of those. Again, he picks up another dot ball. Back dots. What would happen at this time of the game? We are getting down to the death overs of the innings. The more you squeeze in dot balls, the more you add the pressure to the batting lineup. So we would need your pick bowlers try and make sure that they ball in these areas. This time round, that's edged. But there is a man running down at 30 man. Good work there. Manages to save that one, and that will mark at the end of the over. And at the end of the over, over number 14, 87 for 4 is the score for Gulu High School. If you've just joined, St. John High School, Kauga won the toss and elected to bowl first. But while here in the commentary box, I'm joined in by one of the players for Entale Cricket Club, a team that participated in the Division 2 league, didn't make it to the playoffs after giving away a number of walkovers. But a batting all-rounder who also plays for Nyakasura Cricket Club, Tusime Maega, is here with me to and make sure that he tells me what happened in the morning game and what his expectations are in this tournament. Tusime, good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon. Okay, good afternoon to our dear listeners. My name is Tsime Mayenga, a player of Nyakasura cricket team and the Entale Cricket Club in the Division 2.
As Tsime joins me here, Komagom Jovan comes back to bowl for St. John's. That's played up in the air, a chance for a wicket, but that's put down. I tell you, that will come back to haunt St. John's High School as they somehow had it. Tusimbe, how was your first game of the tournament and how does it feel for the Nationals coming to Nyakasura School?
Okay, first of all, the Nationals coming to Nyakasura School is a very wonderful thing because we also wanted this trophy to come to be left this side of Western region. So even the first game was somehow fair, but we didn't make it to our expectation because we lost around 6 wickets when we were chasing 72 runs. Not that bad, but I think we shall perform much better during the next game.
Tosema, I tell you something. The first time the trophy left Kampala, it went to Mwiri in 2022, and Mwiri won that trophy. When it went to Ginger SS in 2023 and 2024, Ginger SS were champions. Should we feel that Nyakasura School, who played in the finals in 2023 and in 2022, have a chance to win the trophy this year?
Yeah, I'm sure that I think, yeah, we shall take this trophy. This trophy has to be left behind because in the history, like in Mwiri, the trophy remained in Mwiri, Ginger, it remained in Ginger, and I think this time it has to remain in Nyakasura. After all of those struggles, 2022, 2023, 2025, this is 2025, we have to take this trophy with all our power, the energy we have put in. I think it has to remain this side.
Following your first game that you feel you didn't win convincingly, what might be the areas that you need to improve as a team Nyakasura?
The areas where we have to improve in our team Nyakasura, I think it's the bowling side and also the batsmen, because one of our bowlers didn't make it very well. We had a lot of extras. Then to the batting side, we lost a lot of wickets. So we have to improve on those sides so as to take this trophy. And I think the next game we shall be much better.
Komagom Jovan there, just to make sure that our viewers, you don't miss anything, comes back and that's just dubbed up in the air, backwards of point. Ali Validawa makes no mistake, gets hold onto that catch, and that catch will give St. John High School Mukono another wicket. St. John High School Mukono gets another wicket there, a 5th wicket. Good work there being done by St. John, try and make sure that they keep themselves in the game. But still getting back to Tsime, what impact has the players who have went through Nyakasura, the likes of Pasco Murungi, Joseph Baguma, Matthew Musingus, who have gone on to represent on the national team, what impact do they have to you as upcoming players? Does it come with some sorts of pressure to try and fit in their shoes, or they come as a sort of motivation?
To me, it comes like a sort of motivation because we are so motivated by the likes of Baguma, Pasco, when we see them playing in the national team. So we are also motivated to also play hard and put more efforts so as we can also be at their levels that they are. So we are also working hard so as to achieve what they also have. And like also they've also impacted something like They have also motivated us like to also work hard, to also win this trophy.
Yeah, shout outs to the many people who are doing a lot of good work here to make sure that cricket grows in Nyakasura School. Ivan Theuthemwira, the head coach or the coach who's made sure that cricket develops, but being helped with people like David Mukonyezi. An engineer by profession, I attended Chambogo University with him. We didn't do the same course, but his commitment to the game really very, very evident. Leaving all his engineering work, he did automotive engineering, but just settled here at Nyakasura to make sure that he sees the players come up with very, very fine skills. Pasco Murunji, Ahura Amos, Brana Saba, Keith Dana Amani, Fortnite Ali Juna, all making sure that they see the game grow in this region. I tell you something, today Abojo was in action playing Tornado Bees Cricket Club, and Abojo managed to pick a victory by 6 wickets. A team which has completely former students of Nyakasura Cricket School. What pride do you get, you as players of Entare, seeing your elders of Abojo looking fine and playing very well in Division 1?
We are also convinced towards their performance. Like today, Bagoma picked 6 wickets within one game, which is also very possible for us. Also, one of our players to also do this also in this tournament, and I think in the next coming season in the National Men's League, we also hope to also perform such like how they have performed. And I also think like they also have to improve on their performance, because more like when they were chasing those runs, they 101 runs, but they couldn't chase them to like 2 or 1 wicket. They lost around like 4 wickets. It wasn't a very good performance to a team such like that. So I hope they can do much better.
Yeah, indeed, they have something to pick on to make sure they improve their cricket. But just make sure that our viewers are not missing anything. Score is 92 for 5 after 15 overs. Ali Walidawa, the left hand off spinner, comes back to ball. Ali Walidawa super ball 3 overs, conceded 9 runs and picks up a single wicket. He comes with one, and that is played down the ground. Should be straight like an arrow and should have enough legs to run away. Good stroke there from the batter. Not fearing and not being worried to go for that aggressive shot. Try and make sure that he sees his team stretch close to that mark. Tusema, I'd love to hear your last words before I let you go to join the rest of the teams, and also let you rest as you will be in action tomorrow yet again.
Okay, my last words are, I hope our dear viewers, you should also pray for us. Like, I think and I hope this trophy has to remain this side. And I thank all the people who have supported these nationals, like the Sky View. I thank those people. Also, great thanks to my dear players. Oh, they are doing much, and I hope we can perform very much better towards tomorrow's game, because we're playing Mwiri, the team that hit us in semi-finals, and I hope we can perform very well tomorrow.
Well, those have been the words of Tusime Mayenga, a player for Ontario Cricket Club and Nyakasura School, just coming here to make sure that he gives us a bit of what happened in their game. A very outspoken boy. I think in the future he should be standing in the shoes of the likes of Fortnite Ali Juna and Isaac Ategeka, who have the boldness of holding this microphone and make sure that they give the beautiful stories. But very, very good to see. Credit goes to the people who made sure that cricket grows in this region. Mr. Opige, back in our years, used to be the teacher who was moving with Nyakasura School. Ivan Thaitamura putting commitment back. Of course, Nyakasura not really shining in the girls' end, but in the boys. When you look at that squad that played in the 2022 World Cup, predominantly having the Nyakasura players, as Ali Walida forges another wicket there for the side. Balls one quick to the stumps. The batter left clueless, and Gulu High School loses the 6th wicket. The players who played for Uganda in the 2023 World Cup from this very school, Nyakasura, include Isaac Asanyu Ategeka, Ahura Amos, Pasco Murungi, Joseph Baguma, and Matthew Musinguzi, all standing tall in the national team colors and making sure that they give a lot of pride. Nyakasura, one of the places that I know with people that have their pride and they would love to keep to their culture, the Scotland culture of wearing a kilt. Something that I first saw and got amazed until I went and had to make some research about it. But Atsim's prayer is making sure that the trophy stays here. Of course, he knows last year they lost to Busoga College Mwiri in the semi-finals. So tomorrow will be a revenge-like moment for Nyakasura School. But also good to see that people have tried to put together some resources to make sure that they see these boys of Entale go and participate in the domestic league in the Division 2. Of course, it's not easy to transport a team from Fort Portal City down to Kampala where most of the games are played. But a lot of sacrifices behind that. Try and make sure that they see these boys. Of course, being exposed to the league would mean that you would play better. Omara Marvin Javier is the batter who has walked in at number 8 for Gulu High School. He finished the score at 97 for 6 after 15.4. Alibalida now coming round. I beg your pardon, coming over for the left-handed batter. Chips in one quick. But good work there from the batter. Just not letting that one away. This tournament sponsored by Harris International, the makers of Skyview. Skyview promised us that they will be giving us some biscuits, but we are yet to see them. Though the Skyview products, including Skyview Apple, Skyview Fruity, and Skyview Orange, have been available for the players to make sure that they get refreshed as we go through these games. Cricket Uganda making sure that they organize resources to make sure that we have this beautiful game. And the Batbo Uganda Limited, with the additions of Batbo Open, Batbo Max, and Batbo X, making sure that they also work as partners for Uganda Cricket Association in making sure that this tournament comes together. $97 for 6 after 16 overs. We are down to the last 4 overs of the game. Down the ground, down to long off. Good work there for just a single. Gulu High School stretching close to the 100 runs mark. 98 runs on board now for them as they keep on milking these runs. Over 58 players will be playing in this tournament. Try and make sure that they show their skill. Of course, this is where the stars come from. I remember first seeing Baguma Joseph, I think should have been in 2016, and I used to call him baby. He could bowl his natural off spin, and it has led him to places. So these are some of the programs that Uganda Cricket Association puts in shape to and make sure that they get the fine players. Another one driven there for yet another single. I think the plan is working well for Gulu High School, going for those massive hits, and St. John's High School Mukono also playing for the opposition, letting many to run away. The misfields that have been done by St. John's High School Mukono might be something to regret if they end up losing this game. Many balls have been played straight to the batters, But those balls have just, I beg your pardon, many balls have been played straight to the fielders, and many of those have run away for boundaries, so they need to work on their fielding. Another one there will run away for a boundary. This time round, a nice looking cut shot. He plays it late, just past the fielder at point. That has enough legs to run to the boundary. The fielding for St. John High School Kauga not very convincing. And the truth is, their coach Robinson Turinawe, known for being a good fielder personally as a player because he plays for Nero Cricket Club and I've seen him play, but also a very, very good fielding coach. Swing and a miss. No ball call there from the umpire. And overstepping, no ball there. Oh, sorry. It's a field setting, no ball. Going very, very defensive on that occasion, St. John's Kauga. They're trying to make sure that they keep the boundary, but this time around they get themselves off guard. Shout out to teacher Camille Bartholomew Diaz, a teacher from Mount St. Henry's High School down in Mukono, who's made sure that he watches most of these games and sends his comments. I'm just waiting to hear from him on who will be winning this one, because we feel this game is well poised. Swings hard at that free hit but doesn't quite connect. Beautifully executed. Dong Amos has stood tall for Gulu High School, 37 of 35. And it doesn't look like he may drop his head anytime soon. 107 for 6. I tell you, one of the things we will be seeing in this tournament is that a bit of balanced cricket, because the different regional development managers are doing a lot of good work to and make sure that they fine-tune the skills of these youngsters. Ivan Kakande doing a lot of good work in the Western Hub. Sempija Lawrence, Yusuf Nanga, and Kakaire Joffrey doing some work there in that region of the southwest, places of Masaka and Barara. Make sure that they fine-tune their skills. Grace Mtiagaba and the team, Ivan Kagoda, down from the north. Coach Brian, just forgetting the coach of St. Joseph's College, but a good friend of mine. All of them doing some good work there in the north. Many female teachers there also doing some work in the junior cricket, but making sure that this game grows and remains alive. The Ginger Hub with the likes of Okse, Saddam Oyaga, Aaron Kusasira, Kawanguzi Timothy, Biarhanga Joseph, Emmanuel Isanez, all making sure that they work on those skills. Over number 18, 107 for 6 after 17.1. Bowling over number 18 is Okecho Derrick. Okecho Derrick has been a bit expensive, bowling 2 overs and going for 19.5 runs. We need to and make sure that he bowls quite well, try and make sure that the rate at which he's conceding drops down. Another one played down the ground, straight to Alibali Dawa. This time around he goes for a long barrier and manages to limit that one to only 1 run. I think at this time they should be looking at making sure that they put some pressure. show them some intent of going for the doubles. Power. Two fielders just look at each other as that one runs away for a boundary. No communication whatsoever. At the time, St. John's High School Kauga is conceding so many easy runs. You would feel that even the games they could have saved, even the runs they could have saved have run away. Their fielding will have themselves to regret if they end up throwing this one away. I tell you, Gulu High slowly moving close to a total they can defend. Doing some good work here. His teammates are telling him that, okay, don't bowl it so full to him. Of course, the batters are showing that they have that intent to score. Omara, Marvin, Javier, 8 of 8. And Amos, 42 of 38. Just 8 runs shy of getting a half century. Should be nice to see if if Adong Amos gets to that mark. Before the decentralization of the game, we saw that the central region used to always come up very hard onto these other teams, but since the game was decentralized and different hubs created in the different parts of the country, other areas have also started to catch up, play catch up. But that marks the end of over number 18. And after 18 overs, the score is 114 for 6. Current run at 6.3 and projected score 126. Some batters here raising up their hands in this Gulu High School team and making sure that they stand to be counted. We are into the penultimate over of the game. The second last over to complete the first innings of this match. A match where St. John's High School Kauga won the toss and elected to have the ball first. But the rate at which they have been giving away so many easy runs, you would feel pity for them. To bowl the penultimate over of this game is Mpaji Sudais. Mpaji Sudais has 4 bowled 2 overs and conceded 19 runs. A bit expensive, but this time round is the only option available. Very full and driven, but driven straight to him. Is a picking ups as he doesn't let that one go anywhere. Good work there from Sudais. Very full on that occasion, and that is played down to Longo off. Just throws his hands at it, and he manages to get that single. Gulu High School still milking the runs, and I tell you, the runs that come in these death overs are the winning runs. The more runs you add, the more you chance yourself to get close to the winning total. And 115 for 6 means you have 4 wickets to play around with. You can swing around the bat and still will not be into lots of trouble. If I'm the coach for Odong, Amos and Omara, that could be the plan for me. Let's look for the boundaries. I tell you, about 4 boundaries in these last balls could quickly get them close to 200 and to 130 runs. And on this ground, 130 is something that is very defendable. not going for precaution. St. John's High School, Kauga. Shouts of how is it, and a catch behind by the wicket keeper, Obere. I beg your pardon, Owili Robert. Men of his teammates from the Ginger Red Barracks and from the Logogo area nicknamed him Obere. And I tell you, it's a very popular name. You could quickly think that it is his real name. But Robert Owili, part of those players who represented Uganda in that Under-19 World Cup qualifier that happened in Lagos early this year, completes that beautiful catch. And that will see off Omara. The second catch for Owili Robert in this game. Owili Robert plays for King's College Budo Cricket Club, a team in the Division 2. Him and Alibali Dawa are teammates that side. I beg your pardon, the batter who's gone out is Adong Amos after scoring 44 of 42 balls. Just misses his line. Sudais. He misses his line and he gives away another 3 runs. These runs might end up to be the difference at the end of the first innings. St. John's High School, Kauga, being very generous, giving away 12 extras so far in the game. A bit many in a T20 game, because if it was not for those, maybe the runs couldn't be as many as this. This time round he goes for a slower outside edge, down 30 man, and the new man gets off the mark. Again, Road Joshua. One delivery for Sudais to complete the penultimate over of the first innings of the game. It has been a breeze weather all through. Since morning, we had the sun coming out between 11 and 12. But in the rest of the moments here, it has been just a cool breeze. Typical Fort Poto weather. And the dot ball there from Sudais to mark the end of the over. A bit fruitful over there from Sudais. He managed to pick up a wicket in that over. And he gave away just 4 runs. After 19 overs, 118 for 7 is the score. Of course, we can't fail to appreciate the administration at Nyakasura School who have made sure that they host us in this beautiful facility. I tell you, the hospitality here at Nyakasura School could just be seen when you reach at the gate. The reception that you get is just a moment for you to try and make sure that you feel at home. Last over of the first innings to be bowled by Jackson Asiku. He bowled the first over and now he will bowl the last. He's bowled 3 given out 15 runs and yet to pick up a wicket. An economy rate of 5.00. That is played up in the air. Quarter is the call. And the Alibali Dawa completes that catch. Eventually, it longo comes as Jackson Asiku picks up that wicket. The first one in his name and the 8th in the match. But most importantly, a dot ball. And most importantly, is limited Gulu High School from scoring runs. 118 for 8 is now the score. Just 5 Lego deliveries remaining to complete the first innings of this game. The game that is broadcasting live here at Gulu. I beg your pardon, at Nyakasura main ground. Another left-handed batter walks in there for Gulu High School. That would automatically mean a change in the field setting here. I had Coach Emmanuel Isanez in a chat towards that lunch, and he was telling me that in this school's cricket week type of cricket, you don't need so many good players. He said Ewanu Kamyuka, Ewanu Kia could win you the game. That is flashed by the new man down to the third man boundary, but good work there done by the fielder, and just a run is given away. Opio Joshua is the new man in. I beg your pardon. More field settings there for St. John High School, Kauga. Shot. Down long on. Beautifully fielded. And that will bring up 120 runs for Gulu High School. 120 runs, in my opinion, is a total that you can bowl at. Maybe something slightly below 100 could have been a risky venture. But if they could stretch, maybe pick up a boundary or two from here on, could be a good position for them to stop. Another massive stroke there, but just a single, and only 2 deliveries are remaining to complete the first innings of this game. Penultimate ball of the match, hit and run. Uncalled fourth throw. Uncalled fourth throw, but the batter don't capitalize on that chance to get another run. Just the delivery to complete the first innings of this game. Sekou Jackson to bowl the last ball of the first innings of the game. Played down the ground, long on. 2 is the call. They run very quickly. A run out is completed at the batter's end. Gulu will complete the first innings with 123 for 9 in the 20 allotted overs of the first innings of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've just joined us, this game is broadcasting live from Nyakasura main ground. St. John's High School Kauga won the toss and opted to have the ball first. Ouma Marvin stood tall with his side, scoring 14 of 17, opening the batting alongside Opore Daniel, who scored 17 of 18. Coming in at number 3 was Odong Amos, 44 of 42. A late 11 of 7 from Peter Daniel and Omara Marvin Javier, 12 of 14. 12 extras given away by St. John's High School Kauga. Eventually, Gulu High School stretching and getting to 122 runs. Looking at the bowling card there for St. John's High School Kauga, Komagom Jovan and Validawa Ali picked up 2 wickets apiece. Komagom Jovan bowling at an economy rate of 5.50. Whereas Validawa Ali did his operations at an economy rate of 3.50. 1 wicket each for Aseku Jackson, Chagera Raymond, and Mpaji Sudais. From the 120 balls of the second innings of the game, St. John's High School will need just 123 runs to pick up their first victory in this year's edition of the annual Boys Schools Cricket Week Tournament. Just a shout out to our sponsors, Harris International, the makers of Skyview, making sure that our throats don't go dry. Cricket Uganda and Batibo Uganda Limited putting resources together to make sure that over 53 boys come here in Gulu City, sorry, here in Fort Portal City to participate in this year's edition. Well, my name is Evan Cyprian Sajabi. I'll take a short break and I'll be back for the second innings. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second innings of this game. It is the annual Boys Schools Cricket Week tournament, proudly sponsored by Skyview Cricket Uganda and Batibo Uganda Limited. Skyview from Harris International being floated as the brand that will make sure that $123 runs to get from as many as 120 balls. First ball of the chase. It sends a message. Played through all the fielders in the cover area. Quick. First boundary. Good start there. Good powerful stroke there through the cover area to get St. John's High School Kauga into things and reassert their position as contenders in this game. Another soft touch there down to the square leg area, and another single is taken. Opening the batting for St. John's High School is Asiku Jackson and Nyenya Jonathan. Pete Daniel has the ball for the Gulu High School team. Swing and a miss there from Nyenya. Just doesn't get his line right. 116 from 118 already. Trying to score runs off every ball here, St. John's High School Kauga. St. John's High School Kauga felt undone, losing to St. John's Secondary School in that game where they were so complacent. The game was hosted at St. John High School ground. But a brilliant start there for the side. Nothing given away in the first over, no wicket lost. No love lost. A lot of batting strength there in that Kauga lineup. Owili Robert, Balidawa Ali, another powerful striker of the ball, will all be coming here to put up a show. 123 is the total that you can bowl at, but this is if and only if you bowl well, bowl with some bit of discipline. Just a quick updates in the other games. St. Joseph's College Laibi is 73 for 9, taking on Busoga College Mwiri. Shirisa Hajanandi has scored 150 for 9 in 20 overs. The chase is on. Good Heart is 7 for no loss after 4.5 overs. Aga Khan High School taking on Masindi Secondary School. Aga Khan scored 155 all out in 19.4. And Masindi is 1 for no loss after 0.2 overs. Ginger SS just close here from where I'm watching this game. Posted 165 in 65 for 4 in 19.3 overs. I beg your pardon. They scored 171 for 4 in 19.4 overs. The chase is on, but no runs on board yet. Just played down the ground there. Some good bowling discipline there from the new bowler. The first over looked to be leaking runs, but the second over of the game, trying to make sure that it keeps them in things. Some movement there from the surface. Great use of this Astra turf. Nobody moved, nobody gets hurt as that is dispatched through the cover area. That will run away for 4 runs. This time round he gets a bit full. And that is dispatched through the cover area. Good shot there from Asiku Jackson. Asiku Jackson opened the bowling for St. John High School, Kauga Mukono. And there was no pressure whatsoever for him when he was sent to come and open the batting. They know they will have to get that team off to a solid start if they had to pick up a victory in this match. Asiku and Nyenya played straight to covers. No run is taken. End of over number 2. St. John's High School, meaning business, right in the opening moments of the game. They know they will have to get themselves off to a very, very good start. Try and make sure that they get the 124 required runs to pick up a victory. Slower, soft touch, down to third, single. Yeah, Jonathan just taking his time to play that shot. And that marks the end of the third over. Ladies and gentlemen, this is match day 1 of the UCS Skyview Boys Schools Cricket Week tournament. A tournament happening in the Western region for the very first time, being hosted here at Nyakasura School. About 6 grounds being used in this tournament. 2 grounds at St. Louis Chogove, 2 grounds here at Nyakasura, and another 2 grounds at Canoni Apollo. Nyenya Jonathan and Aseko Jackson. That is played upish, chance to catch. A catch is taken and Nyenya Jonathan will have to depart. At a time where they needed a breakthrough, Gulu High School get that breakthrough. 1 wicket brings 2. So you need to make sure that you do the simple things right. Pick early wickets and keep yourself in the game. It's a T20 game, a game played with a lot of turns and shifts. Off the mark right away is the new man in Emetu Paul. Just plays one to the cover area and manages to rotate the strike. Down to the pads. Shouts of how is it? But the umpire indicates that was angling down the leg. $100 balls from 101. 101 runs from 100 balls is now the equation. Played upish, chance to catch. Just falls short of the fielder and they managed to take that single. Emetu Paul living dangerously at the moment. Shot. Down to Longo off for another single. 96 runs to get from 96 balls. Required run rate just 6 every over. Asik Jackson 18 of 15 and Emetu Paul 2 of 2. Opio Joshua there. I beg your pardon, Omara Marvin Javier there in the attack for Gulu High School. Gulu High School just playing in their second Nationals trophy. But one of the sides that have been doing a lot of good work. Very full there, tries to go for it. Emetu, I beg your pardon, Asiku, but doesn't quite connect on that occasion. Play down the ground, very, very straight as you'd love to see it. The pitch is very electric here at Nyakasura main oval. I tell you, if a ball goes past you, just don't waste time chasing it. Just go and collect it from the bush. Good shot there. A shot of finesse there from Jackson Asiku. Jackson Asiku trying to accelerate the gears early in the innings. Going for those powerful strokes and making sure that he gets his side runs quite early. Tries to go for that late cut but doesn't quite connect. But that's some good thinking there from Javi. He's known that Asiku Jackson loves pace coming to him, so he's just trying to make sure that he bowls it outside off. A bit of an edge, but doesn't quite carry to the fielder. Drama happening at Entebbe Cricket Oval in the UCA Men's Division 1 League. Catch Tigers posted 162 all out, but managed to bowl outside on Lions for just 88 runs and win by 74 runs. Catch Tigers would feel happy because they remain on top of the table. 2 wickets each from Maxwell Swaminathan and Vikaria Kush Mahesh in that game. Ceylon Lions only Ankit Patel coming to the party, scoring 31 of 43. But his side falling short by many. What this win means is that Catch Tigers will grip on top of the table and now put some bit of social distancing. They are now at 23 points, whereas Ceylon Lions, who have been on top for the previous 2 weeks, are now on 20 points. Of course, as I was earlier on, I will still re-echo that Avengers Cricket Club and Wanderers Cricket Club will play in the second division next year. Back to the business. Back to the game. 32 for 1 after 5 overs is the score. Edged. Beats all the fielders. I told you the pitch is electric. That also run is away for a boundary. Jackson Asiku now makes his individual total to 26. Record run rate even going down. They've kept it at 5.93, and I tell you, if they keep batting like this, they may even have it at something less than 3, which they could quickly achieve. Goes for a slower, but that is played down backward of the square to the wide of fine leg, and that will go away for yet another boundary. Back-to-back boundaries there from Emetu Paul. As St. John's High School Kauga accelerates the gear here. The body language for Gulu High School, despite putting a total that they could have tried and fought to make sure that they defend, not very, very convincing. They look to have dropped their shoulders. Of course, a breeze weather. You would feel that maybe the wind is blowing away their hope as the runs are flowing freely for St. John's High School Kauga. Hesitation between the two batters, and in the end, a no call. No pressure whatsoever. I don't need to go for those risks, because that's how you may end up gifting away a cheap wicket. Very full to the pads. Tries to play it backward of the square, but doesn't connect. The umpire says that ran from the pads. Nonetheless, St. John's will take that run, and that run will bring up 40 runs for the side. The wicket-keeper there undoing his side, not helping in stopping that one, and the two fielders also backward of the square not stopping it. 5 wide, and runs are now flowing for St. John High School Kauga. The runs are coming quick and easy. Very, very happy. Just 2 balls remaining to complete the power play of the game. 5.4 overs gone, and the 46 for 1 is the score. Soft touch towards the square leg area, by just 1 run taken. Last ball to complete the power play. Soft touch backward of the square, but no is the call. And that dot ball ends the end to the power play. St. John's High School Kauga 46 for 1 after 6 overs. At this very moment in the game, Gulu High School had 40 for 2. So you feel that in the power play, St. John's High School Kauga has taken some good care of the wicket column, and the runs quite seem to be flowing for the side. .83 from 86 balls with 9 wickets at hand at a required run rate of 5.79. This is the UCA Skyview Annual Boys Schools Cricket Week Tournament. This tournament was first played in 1986. 1986. One of the solid years in the history of Uganda. 76 runs needed in 84 balls is now the equation. Wide extras. Gulu High School being very generous. They received 12 extras from St. John's High School Kauga in the first innings, and they have so far paid back 6. They are just into the 7th over of the second innings of this game. I tell you, defending a total of 123, you don't have a lot to work around with. So you don't really need to give away so many easy runs. That is a fine shot there, played backward of the square. A metal pole just guiding that ball with his bat. That run is away for yet another boundary, and that brings up 50 runs for the side. 50 for 1 is now the score. Very, very comfortable in the game. Emetu Paul 12 of 7 and Asiku Jackson 23 of 22. You'd feel that maybe the coach has sent Emetu to come be the finisher in the game. Play to covers. They're running very quickly and they will manage to take up that single. They know these fielders are not reacting very, very quick. So they kind of try and make sure that they capitalize on that opportunity to pick up that run. Another notable there, a bit vital for Gulu High School, who need to keep up the pressure. But Omara Marvin becoming a bit costly in this game. Gives away 2 wides, 4 runs, and a single. Make it 7 in the over. Tries to go for that powerful stroke, but doesn't make that good contact. Well, for the lovers of Ugandan rugby, the 7 circuit is on its 3rd circuit. Of course, we had the Coronation 7 is happening at Chadondo Rugby Grounds. We later on had the Gulu 7 is happening at Peche Stadium down in Gulu. A rest weekend where the Black Rock visited Kampala last weekend and played in the 15th game alongside the Ugandan All-Star. The Black Rock winning that game 19-5, but doing a lot of charity around Uganda, mostly in the parts of Kakira in this country. So today the circuits resume. Heathens has just gone. Heathens are taking on the Cobs in the main semi-final, and as it stands, Heathens have 12 points, whereas Cobs are still in search of the points. And in the other semi-finals, the Toyota Buffaloes have overcome the Walukwa Barbarians, beating them by 26-10, and we will be having the final happening a Chadondo Rugby Ground derby down there in Entebbe. This game, the Entebbe 7 is happening in Kauku. Of course, previously being changed from the Entebbe grounds and brought to Kauku. But in that final, the Buffaloes will be taking on the Platinum Credit Heathens. Heathens finished in the finals in the first circuit of the Coronation Sevens, but were beaten by the Walukwa Barbarians in that game where they actually scored the first try in the game. But they are now trying to put up a bit of a revenge, not getting out of the groups in that Gulu Sevens. They will be facing off against their brothers of Toyota Buffaloes. Toyota Buffaloes won the Gulu 7 is beating up on the Walukwa Barbarians 2 weeks ago. So they need to make it 2 out of 2 in that exciting circuit the Gulu 7 is. That is just for the lovers of rugby here in Uganda. That's what is taking shape there. But we are back to our game. Though there are some bit of drizzles that have come here at the Nyakasura main ground. 67 in 77 is now the equation for St. John's High School Kauga. They are at the brink of picking up a victory here. But the drizzle, though a bit slight, down to one there from Asiku Jackson, plays it down to the deep square leg side. There is a fielder who does some good work to and make sure that he stops that one. The drizzle even becoming thicker, rather increasing. I tell you, with the way it has been cold here in Nyakasura, and with this rain coming around, we'll be hearing comments like bathing is not even in the Bible. Back on the back foot, plies it through the cover area. Point fielder running around it and manages to do that brilliant fielding and stop. Showing some good awareness there, Gulu. But you will feel that Gulu starting to lose it out. Even on DRS, they are below par. Goes to sweep, misses. And the umpire says that was hitting stumps. Is a picking ups there for that man there. The bowler for Gulu High School, Opio Tony, picks up the second wicket for the side and try and make sure that he keeps the pressure on. The rain drizzle becoming even thicker, but that can't really stop us from remaining with that. This tournament is sponsored by Harris International. Under their brand of Skyview, they make Skyview Apple, my favorite brand, of course. But they have other brands like Skyview Fruity, Skyview Orange. They are the makers of Crystal Water. They make some cakes and cookies. So make sure that when you go around the supermarkets, you support Harris International, because supporting Harris International means that you're supporting the over 60 players who are participating in this tournament. The other sponsors being Cricket Uganda, of course under the International Cricket Council, and also Batibo Uganda Limited, putting a hand in this tournament. Owili Robert is the new man in for St. John High School, Mukono. Muscled in stature, I tell you, he can surely hit the ball. A bit of hesitation there from Emetu. Back and forth. Shouts of LBW, and that's given by the umpire on pitch. Back-to-back LBW wickets there for Gulu High School. At this time, it is shining and it is raining. With our superstitions in the village, you could quickly say that the leopard is producing. I remember those stories when we were young. The batter taking his time there. the drizzle even becoming thicker. But if this game is called off by the umpires, I tell you, St. John's High School Kauga will walk away victorious. Of course, being ahead in terms of DRS, they would quickly put that win in the bag. Another wide. And they run. But the umpire says that's a no ball. Chance for the new batter to try and make sure that he releases up his arms and hit that one anywhere he wants. The new batter, Okecho Derek, swings hard. The intent was very clear that he wanted to see that down in the banana plantation, but just doesn't connect with that shot, and a dot ball in the end, keeping themselves alive in the game. Pio Dennis still asking questions there, asking them for the driving permits. Willie Robert and Okecho Derek are the batters at the crease there for this side of St. John High School Kauga. Plays that one, but that's a bit of an edge. Should have enough legs, and that run is away for a boundary. But the umpire confirms that didn't touch anything, and by runs are indicated. Action is still happening on all the other grounds. Nothing has been called off, meaning it was just a passing drizzle. .58 from 62 would mean that this Kauga side is just inches away from picking up victory. Very, very full, and he played down to the cow corner area. That powerful stroke marks the end of the over. 58 in 62 balls. I beg your pardon, in 60 balls. Yes, correction. 56 in 60 balls is now the equation for Kauga if they pick up a victory. And another OPO comes back to ball from the side of the road. Starts with one that is given a lot of width. Cut. But there's protection in the deep. Only one run is taken. Willie Robert, the captain of the side, drives one past that fielder and down to the long off boundary. Well, I'm joined in by Jagenda Aruna, a player for King's College Budo. King's College Budo are put on the sword in the morning game. Aruna, good afternoon and welcome to the commentary box.
Good afternoon.
Happy to have you here. Yeah, but not winning that game, the viewers of this game would love to know what really went wrong as you guys were down there playing.
So, honestly speaking, playing on a concrete ground put us at a disadvantage because we are not used to playing on these, should I say, mats, and so yeah, it beat us, all of us, the 10 batsmen, and that's why we lost the game majorly.
I tell you, when I watched the qualifiers from the Central Region, I knew at one time Bodo will be at disadvantage. Bodo played all their qualifier games on that concrete, hard ground. Didn't make any trips around. But Aruna and the team, what do you hope to improve? But look at that shot there from Owili. Very, very full on that occasion. Just drives it down the ground, pick up another boundary and reduce the deficit. Aruna, what do you hope to improve going forward in the upcoming games?
We have been put in a very difficult group, but what I know is we can handle ourselves because we've done it before and I believe we can do it again. We hope to improve our batting to get used to the mats, and also I have to say that our fielding wasn't bad in the morning game, though it was short-lived, but we'll have to see what the upcoming games turn out so that we can work on what comes with them.
Yeah, the absence of the captain for the side, Edward Mugwanya, could it have had any impact? Or maybe his batting, could it have maybe helped you guys to put on a little more runs?
Yes, I believe Edward's presence would have impacted the game because he's usually our morale booster on the team, and he usually sets the pace on which I go on to bat.
Yeah, of course, the latest I have from Edward is that he's currently touched in Uganda, back from Nairobi, where the Push Cricket Academy won the Obia tournament 2025 unbeaten. Was in Nairobi for a few days and watched them play. He's been in fine form. So just few moments from now, he will be making his way down here to Fort Potos to try and make sure that he helps his side get out of that pitch. Of course, starting on the back foot, losing the first game means low momentum, but the players just need to pick up themselves to make sure that they carry a positive body language and momentum in the upcoming games. I have a bit of a hiccup, but I believe the viewers can bear with me. Aruna, what do you make of the situation in Fort Potos so far? Is it your first time here, or are you just to the coldness and everything?
It's not actually my first time here. I've been here on several school trips, and the coldness is bearable because I can almost compare it to the coldness at Budo. And we are adjusting well. We have a nice room. The sanitary part of it maybe could improve, but it is what we have and it is what we work with till the end of the week.
Yeah, we're known for having so many planned kids. Maybe that's why you could see as way below par being the standard here. But I would love to get your last remarks before I let you go to join the rest of the teammates.
Honestly, I think this cricket week is going to be way different from what I've seen before. From last year, it's going to be very competitive. The schools here, you can't undermine them because they have worked to be here. Any school that is here means that they can compete to the highest level in national schools cricket. So I believe that we can compete also. We can make the runs, we can take the catches, and we can win at the end of it all.
Yeah, good to have had you here, Jagenda Aruna. That is Jagenda Aruna, a player from King's College. We were just passing by, trying to make sure that he gives us a bit of what is happening in their camp. Jagenda Haruna, of course, in the central qualifier, his side qualified through a fifth playoff where they managed to beat St. Cornelius Secondary School to come as the fifth team from the region. Jagenda Haruna putting them on the sword and scoring that half century and keeping Ubudo in the game. There is a comedy of errors happening here as we get back to the ground. Easy runs being given by Gulu High. We feel that they have quickly, continuously continued to concede defeat. 78-3 now is the score. Willie Robert 15 of 15 and Okecho Derrick 5 of 6. Opio Tony there with the ball for Gulu High School. Plays it down to the mid-wicket area. No run is taken. Another soft touch there. Okecho Derrick not opening up his blade. Playing with the dead bat here. This time round, he plays that up in there. Catch it is the call. That is put down at the deep square leg boundary. Looked like an easy catch there coming for Gulu High School. A catch where the fielder didn't need to move any inches. That clearly came to him. If it was a forward diving catch, you would feel that maybe it was very, very hard, but that is an act that they regret throughout this innings. Well, that marks the end of the over. In the batting lineup so far, Asuk Jackson stood tall compared to the other batters, scoring 26 of 28. Emetu 18 of 14. Willie Robert 15 of 15. Now in with Okecho Derrick. 82 for 3 after 12 overs is now the score. 42 runs needed in 48 balls. I tell you, this is very close. Things can quickly change here if St. John's High School Mokono Kauga is not careful. 42 or 48 means things are close. Opio Dennis back in the bowling attack. Starts with one very wide. Actually, that is on the offside. And he gives away a wide of his first delivery of this over. bit full. Okecho Derek knows that is a ball to hit, goes hard at it, but just doesn't connect quite well. Well, that ends as a dot ball. Another full toss, this time played in the vacant area. That run is away for a boundary, but what a stroke there from Okech Dennis. I tell you, the fans who have come here at the Nyakashura ground have enjoyed the double action. This is a ground where you watch everything happening at the main oval, and you actually have another chance of watching action at the Nyakasura 2 oval. And coming live from the Nyakasura 2 oval, a celebration is from the players of Jinja Secondary School, having completed that victory against Renzori High School. Renzori High School have now so far played 2 games in the tournament and lost both. Not a very good start for them on debut. This is the first time they are making it here to the Nationals. So they feel that it's a time for them to try and make sure that maybe they play well. Another one played backward of the square, and they are pushing for 2. Good throw, but they will take the 2 runs. Okecho and Owili, 2 letter O's. The ball is also Opio, the 3rd letter O, doing things here. Shiri Sajanandi has beaten Good Heart Secondary School by 123 runs this afternoon. Run out chance, but the wicketkeeper taking some time to turn around. But that marks the end of the over. In the other games, St. Joseph's College Laibi posted just 75 for 9 in 20 overs, and Busoga College Mwiri is on the chase. Currently they have 44 for 3 after 4.5 overs. Busoga College Mwiri, one of the teams that are having so many people who are rooting for them. $33 runs to get from 42 balls here at chance to catch, but that just falls very short of the fielder. Actually, the fielder slides down the run and only pick up that single. Tumwebaza Marvin now into the attack, bowling some good spin there for Gulu High School. Gulu High School were our hosts, our dear hosts during the Girls Nationals. The first time the Girls Nationals also went to the Northern Region. 2 editions of the Girls Nationals were played at St. Mary's Madera down in Soroti. That is 2024 and 2023. Olila High School winning in 2022, and in 2023 the winners were Elect SS beating Olila in the final. That game which was played at the Madera ground. And last year it was still Olida High School getting back to their dominance and beating Light Secondary School in the final, which was played at Gulu High School down in the home of the Elephant. But now we come to Fort Portal. Gulu High School started well in this tournament, beating Kira College Boutique in the first game. Gives himself plays that one with a lot of power. Willie Robert, I tell you, his stature shows the muscles that he possesses, but not just possessing the muscles, he also can strike the ball. What a powerful strike there from him. He wants to kill off the game in no time. I tell you, you don't need to take a lot of time. Get the quick win quickly. Go take a rest. Not good scenes there as one of the players is injured, but the officials are making sure that the player is back to his feet. Of course, safety first, as it is in the spirit of the game. But from where we are, the players of Masaka Secondary School are watching closely because they know that these teams that are playing now are in their group. So you need first try and make sure that you watch and see what your opponents will be doing before you get ready to face them. Actually, they've not come alone. They've come with all their coaches, led by Coach Yusuf Nanga, to try and make sure that they watch and see how these two are taking on business. Masaka SS got off to a flying start. They are open up. Shouts of catch him, but that is in the no man's area clearly. They'll run and take up that single. You can go to our comment section on the Cricket Uganda page. There shall be a moment where we will be reading out some of your comments. Of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Turn on notifications to make sure that you don't miss action. Many games have been streamed on that channel. You can even go and watch some of the clips that are down there. Make sure that you love the Ugandan content. The association is laboring to make sure that you enjoy these games. Another over comes to an end here at Vinyakasura main ground. $14 overs gone and 99 for 3 is the score for St. John's High School Kauga. 25 runs to get from 36 balls. Still close. The gap between the balls and runs not very, very wide. But you would feel that St. John's High School Kauga have one hand to victory. Of course, this is their opening game in the tournament. They come as contenders. They've been one of the most swaggerific teams in this tournament, walking around the compound with their shoulder high. I tell you, they came with their school bus, and they are about to tell the driver to drive them to the kitchen from their hostels. Driven straight long off, comes quick to the fielder, but just one run is taken. But there is a no ball call from the umpire. Gulu High School going very, very defensive, and now they will drop, and they mistakenly have a sixth fielder outside. A free hit will follow that one. A chance for Okecho Derek to release up his arms and go for that massive hit. A hit me ball coming. Free hit. Swings, but doesn't connect. A dot ball in the end. Good thinking there from Opio Joshua. This lineup of Gulu High School has 3 Opios. The letter O that was sung by Ragadi, doing them wonders at this time. Tries to go and drive that one, but misses it completely. Squeezes in another dot ball. Oh, sorry, that's a single. The bowler there just trying to make sure that he gets his lineup right. Sportsmanship as the fielder from the fielding team helps one of the batters to fix his laces. Sportsmanship, not very, very evident in other sports, but cricket, I think maybe because of the preamble and the way the laws of the game are made, that you start with the spirit of the game. Now we are back up and running for the action. Play down the ground. 2 is the call. Brilliant stop from the fielder, running from wide of long on. Manages to just stop that one. But the batters will settle for 2 runs and reduce the deficit. 21 runs now needed from 32 balls. Plays it to the deep square leg area. 2 is the call. Quick running between Okecho Derrick and Willie Robert as they keep milking these runs. Willie Robert, part of the players who played for the Uganda under-19 during that under-19 World Cup qualifier that happened in Nigeria, where Uganda was unfortunately relegated and they'll have to start from scratch. But we've seen Tanzania starting from Division 2, winning all their games, going Division 1, winning all their games and making a maiden appearance in the under-19 World Cup. They defied all odds, beating Namibia, Uganda, Kenya and all other contenders. And they kept sailing. A single to end the over. 15 overs gone and 106 for 3 is the score for St. John's High School, Kauga. 18 runs are needed from 30 balls with the 7 wickets at hand. Required run rate, just 3 every over, will see us over the line. Very, very close to picking up a victory here is St. John's High School, Kauga. The fielders taking some bit of time to set the necessary field. They know they are not working around protecting so many runs, so they're trying to make sure that they do everything right. Willie Robert, nonetheless, says it's okay. Plays it down to the deep square leg area. Not the best of techniques as the fielder tries to kick that one in, but eventually misses it. And that run is away for a boundary. Well, that boundary reduces the deficit to just 14 runs for St. John's High School, Kauga. If they had picked up a victory here at the Nyakasura main ground. Another massive stroke there from Willie Robert. This time a bit straight, but not enough power onto that one. A fielder runs round it and manages to save it. But these two batters run very quick and pick up a double. Good work being done by Okecho Derek and Willie Robert. I tell you, at a moment when you have two set batters at the crease, you need to be making sure that you capitalize on that moment to pick up a victory. Because when you expose other batters, things may end up not going your way. Tomorrow at this very ground, the streamed games in the morning, we will have Jinja Senior Secondary School taking on Ntare School at this ground. And Kira College Butiki will take on Masaka Secondary School here tomorrow in the afternoon. So make sure that you keep it Cricket Uganda. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn on notifications of all the activities that are happening here and make sure that you don't miss out anything, because we promise to give you a lot of exciting action. A big production crew is down here in Fort Portal City braving the cold, just trying and make sure that you get the beautiful images right from the comfort of wherever you are. This is the UCS Skies. This is the UCS Sky View Boys Schools Cricket Week Tournament. A tournament which was first played in 1986 and won by Usoga College Mwiri. Jinja SS came and won it in 1987. Then in 1988 it was King's College Budo who won their first trophy. Before they won their second trophy in 2001, Usoga College Mwiri recorded champions in this tournament. They have it 19 times, followed by Ukoro SS, who are not in this edition. Of course, not making out of the central region, but they have it 7 times. Jinja SS, who have just completed the win against Renzori High School, have this trophy 4 times. But I tell you, it may be a time for a new champion, or it may be a time for the old champions to continue and reassert dominance. Of course, this year's format being a bit different from the last year's format. Last year's format, after the group stages, the teams were seeded into 2 different groups, the main trophy and the plate trophy. The plate trophy was won by Shiri Sajanandi, who beat King's College Budo in the finals, and the Jinja Secondary School managed to overcome Busoga College Mwiri and win the main trophy. These 2 games were played at Busoga College at Jinja Senior Secondary School Oval last year during the Nationals. Played down the ground but straight to the cover area. There is a fielder and no run is taken. Just 9 runs to get from 23 balls. Willie Robert 27 off 24 and Okecho Derek 24 off 25. Pete Daniel, sorry, with his defensive shot, Willie Robert. One of the things that have been affecting Willie Robert is that sometimes he gets excited in the game, but this time round he's playing with a lot of composure, keeping his head inside that one. I've just seen a notification popping here that the Ruben Amorini boys will be in action. The Manchester United boys should be getting ready as Ruben makes one change. Diogo Dalot out for Amadi Diallo. So the the fans of the English Premier League, make sure that you go on and watch your team. But a boundary there from Owili Robert. Bad scenes as Nicolas Cato of Ethan's Rugby Football Club has been stretched off the pitch from Kauga, where the Rugby 7 is happening. That is a massive stroke there from Owili. Well, that will go for a maximum. And I tell you, that will be that for today. Power put behind that shot. Just 5 runs were needed. And Owili stretched his muscles onto that one. St. John's High School Kauga will go over the line, win the game by 7 wickets. Allow me to take you quickly through the scorecard. This match, St. John's High School Kauga won the toss and elected to bowl first. And the Gulu High School scored 123 for 9. Contribution is from Ouma Marvin, 17, Opore Daniel, 17 of 18. Odongo Amos missing out a half century by just 6 runs, scored 44 of 42. 11 from Pete Daniel of 7, and 12 from Omar Marvin Javier, 12 of 14. 12 extras given away by St. John's High School Kauga. Should be one of the points they should be looking to correct as get ready to go in their next games. Komagum Jovan led alongside Balida in the bowling attack for Kololo Secondary School, up 2 wickets each. But the most economic among the bowlers being Baida Ali at an economy of 3.50. 1 wicket each for Chagara Raymond, Asik Jackson, and Impaji Ice. And in the chase, Asik Jackson got his team off to a solid start, scoring 26 of 28. Nyenya Jonathan 8 of 7. Emeto Paul 18 of 14, and Owen Robert unbeaten with 37 of 28. A captain's innings there for him. Okecho Derrick doing the supportive role, scoring 24 of 25. But equal generous, the both teams giving each other 24 extras. St. John's High School will pick up the victory by 7 wickets. I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow we will be back for the action at this very ground. The games that will be swimmed tomorrow in the morning, we'll have Ginger SS taking on Ntare School. And in the afternoon, Kira College Butiki will take on Masaka Secondary School. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done with the match, and I tell you, it should be just moments of enjoying the breeze around the Fort Portal City. My name is Evan Cyprian Sajabi, and we catch up tomorrow when we come to continue the action in the UCA Skyview Boys Schools Cricket Week Tournament. A tournament proudly sponsored by Skyview Harris International, standing there and making sure that we get this beautiful action. Cricket Uganda and Bat Boy Uganda Limited also standing tall and making sure that you get these beautiful images. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn on notifications so that you don't miss out anything. Bye bye for now.